All right, guys, Mr. Sheen here, and this is my Vindicta guide. So let's go over the inventory real quick, see what I got here. Um, you'll want to use a shield for resonance. Remember, the higher the tier equals the higher the resonance heal. The enhanced Excalibur, the elite version, of course, is the best by doing all the elite Sears Village tasks. If you don't have it, it's really, really worth grinding those out and getting it. Ring of Vigor, Dungeoneering reward. It's cheap. I think it's 40k Dungeoneering tokens. Saves 10% of adrenaline when using an ultimate. So just pop it on, use Berserk, pop your main ring back on, and you're good to go. Two overloads. I use Supremes. Two super prayer renewals. Normal renewals will work. Six super restores, five replenishments or adrenaline flasks, and escape optional. Have it in there just for quick teleports. And Steel Titan isn't summoned yet. Aura is not needed. Gear, pretty much a welfare setup, full bandos, Tokar, melee cape, brawler blood necklace, asylum ring, quiver, dragon rider lance, shields in the inventory, and a scrimshaw event only when needed. Now, stats. Recommend 95 plus in all of your combat stats that you'll be using because we're trying to no food efficiently. 96 herb lore can boost from 96 to make supremes, of course. You can use 94 and do normal overloads if you want. 95 prayer is really important for the use of turmoil. And summoning. Summoning is not that important on here. If you're learning, a beast of burden is nice. So I've got a steel tighten out, and what I like to do starting out is I'll drink my pots right before the kill starts. Before we go through the portal here, go ahead and make sure your instance is set up. Fastest spawns, of course. Hop through, make sure your prayers are on. Call your follower, or else you will just kind of just wait out there and just go ham with your basics and build up your adrenaline. So the attack rotation for this first phase, he'll do two auto attacks and then that spinny attack you just saw, and two more auto attacks. He did his first one, and now he did his second of the second set of autos. Now he'll do fire. The fire is real simple to avoid. You just walk out of it like I did, and continue once you get past your 50% threshold. When I started, I like to walk and use slaughter. Now just kind of just play with your basics and your thresholds as you need to, and kind of work your way towards 100% adrenaline for his second fire. Right after his second fire, I like to berserk. So with this gear, I definitely throw on melee prayer because I'm going to take increased damage. I noticed I ring of vigored and adren potted. Got up to over 50%, and now you just start going ham on your thresholds, really doing that damage. Now, in his second phase, which is reached at 100k, as you just saw, he'll hop on his horse with wings, and his attack rotation is as follows: that one melee attack, ranged attack, which hits insanely hard. That's where I res, and then another melee attack. His melee attacks in this phase are not that accurate, so you can soul split them. But it's really important if you don't have resonance available, swap to range prayer to take that ranged attack, or it will hit you very hard. And just continue going. I didn't do it just there, but it's also really good to apply a slaughter. And now here we'll switch to a shield. Resonance, boom. But it's really good to apply a slaughter right when he takes off. I did it there. So he'll pretty much be nearly dead by the time I get back to him. And you just touch him and he dies. So that's pretty much how it goes. So we'll go back over the attack rotations. On the first phase, before it gets to 100k life points, they'll be doing two auto attacks, helicopter spinny thing, two more auto attacks, and then a fire. Uh, that will repeat until you bring it down to 100k and the dragon flies in and he hops on its back. So here we go. His first attack, his second attack. Here's his spinny thing. followed by two more auto attacks. Now, the combination I used to start this kill out was Fury, Cleave, and then Walk the Slaughter, Tendrils, and Hurricane. It's just a very high damage combo. I really like using it, especially anything you can walk, it's really handy with. So now we'll just get back up to 100%, use thresholds when needed. And then at the second fire, that's when we'll go ahead and use our Berserk. So here we go. Berserk, melee prayer on, Adren pot. I did do the vigor switch. So now I'm assaulting, and then we'll get back up for a quick hurricane probably. There it is. Now, since I'm trying to do the most damage on his first dragon phase, I don't worry about resonancing. Now notice my health is pretty low here, so we got to be sure to get those resonances. The resonances are very important when it comes to no fooding this. Got that slaughter off. Also, I was making mistakes in this, just walking through the fire, getting walked into the fire, not doing anything about it. And, I let my health get pretty low. If you don't make as many mistakes as I did with the fire, your health should not be that low. And I would recommend anybody else, you know, taking some brew sips right now just to be safe. But you can always come back. I've got the scrimshaw too. You can always turn that on, get that extra healing. But we got that down pretty good. So I'll recap it again. Like to after your first kill of every instance, always stall your adrenaline. It'll definitely improve your kill speeds. If you absolutely have to, you can use the adrenaline to heal, but I don't recommend it, especially if you have the Excalibur and Skirmishaw. There's no need. So he comes in, and I believe I'll open up with Fury and Cleave, and then I walk that Slaughter, but I don't use Tendrils because my health is kind of low. Just kind of playing it a little bit smart. And I did turn my Scrimshaw on. So watch this. We'll get some really nice hills off this Soul Split and Scrimshaw. And hopefully I don't get screwed up by the fire too much. Okay. Oh, yeah. See, I'm just walking in. I just pretty much lost all the heals that I got from that. So we're just kind of following just the normal kind of laid back rotation after this, the occasional threshold, but really kind of keeping your adrenaline high for that second fire and that Zerk phase. So we got the second fire. See, that was a good dodge. A vigor switch, Zerk, a Dren pot, back to Asylum Ring, spamming Steel Titan, and just going ham on deeps. Get adrenaline for the Hurricane back. Got the Hurricane, switch to range prayer so I don't get KO'd while Zerk by that range hit. And just do all the damage you can. Now this is when we'll go ahead and do a resonance. Now, so I discussed that his ranged attacks are in between two melee attacks on his dragon phase. If you walk him, if he walks more than the amount of ticks it takes to go through his attack, he will automatically skip from his melee attack straight to his ranged attack. And that's pretty common. So if it's like this and he's walking all the way across, he's going to hit you with range first because the time that was calculated for the melee, it didn't work. Okay, so that is pretty much all it takes. Get your reses, and hashtag Excalibur is very important. So good luck.